David had big dreams. At least, that's what he told himself every night before going to sleep. Tomorrow, he would wake up early. Tomorrow, he would work on his goals. Tomorrow, he would finally get his life together. But tomorrow had arrived, and David was still in bed, staring at his phone. The alarm had already rung 3 times. 5 more minutes won't hurt, and somehow, 5 minutes always turned into an hour. David sighed and looked around his room. His desk was messy. His notebook was still open from yesterday, unfinished. That's when a strange thought crossed his mind. What if I'm not lazy? What if I've just trained myself to choose comfort? Maybe laziness wasn't who he was. Maybe it was just a habit, and habits could be changed. David realized he had been scrolling for hours every night. He could feel it, the time was slipping away. But something was different now. He no longer wanted to waste another day. Instead of forcing himself to work for hours, David tried something different. He set a timer, 5 minutes. That's it, he said to himself. I'll just start for 5 minutes. 5 minutes felt possible. And once the timer started, something surprising happened. He kept going, because starting was the hardest part, not finishing. But some days, it felt like everything was too much. His goals seemed so far away. The pressure piled up, but he didn't give up. He reminded himself that small steps were still progress. David noticed something else. Every time he tried to focus, his phone distracted him. So he changed his environment. He placed his phone in another room. He cleaned his desk. He prepared everything he needed before starting. Suddenly, discipline didn't feel impossible anymore. Sometimes the problem wasn't motivation. Sometimes the problem was the environment. David began to write down his goals. They weren't perfect, but every small step in writing them down made them more real. He could see his future unfolding, one decision at a time. The first workout wasn't easy, but he pushed through. His body wasn't used to it, but his will was growing stronger. Step by step, he was building a new habit. Every day, David learned to resist distractions. He ignored his phone. He focused. His attention was a muscle, and he was strengthening it. He studied with focus. The distractions seemed less tempting. His progress was slow, but each moment was a victory. He no longer questioned whether he could do it. He just showed up, day after day. There were small wins along the way. Every check mark in his notebook felt like a triumph. He wasn't where he wanted to be yet, but he was getting closer, and that made all the difference. The more David showed up, the more his confidence grew. Discipline wasn't about perfection. It was about consistency. And in consistency, he found strength. One morning, David realized something important. Discipline was never about feeling motivated. It was about moving forward, even when you felt lazy. Because the person you become tomorrow is built by the choices you make today. Sometimes, the most powerful decision you can make is simple. Start, even if it's just for 5 minutes. David wasn't perfect, but he was better than he was yesterday. And every small action was a step toward becoming the best version of himself. The next time you feel lazy, remember, you're not lazy. You're just one decision away from changing everything. One decision to get started. One decision to push through. One decision to become who you were always meant to be.